Lakers fans can keep on playing hardball, we are going to get what we want. The Lakers are going to reopen Andrew Wiggins conversations and hope Miami will be a little less ridiculous about demanding they get Rui, Connect, and a first and expiring money. LA was never going to match that price. Lakers are hoping that price will come down a bit. But guess what? They always come back. Because you guys just told us the other day, oh, you know what, forget about it. We don't want Andrew Wiggins. And look what the report says. They're going to reopen Andrew Wiggins conversations. Why? Because we all know LeBron James and Luka Doncic is not going to be guarding small forwards for 82 games. They are going to get fried defensively. Let's get into the video.
Go really quickly through some of these new names. Obviously, Andrew Wiggins and Robert Williams, we've talked about before. Wiggins especially, the Lakers are going to reopen those conversations and hope that Miami, especially by way of landing Norm Powell for basically a bag of chips and a future second-round pick, that maybe Miami will be a little less ridiculous about Andrew Wiggins and demanding that they get Rui and Connect and a first-round pick and expiring money and all that stuff. Like, that was never going to happen. The Lakers were never going to match that price.
Andrew Wiggins is not garbage. He's 30 years old. He's a champion and a great two-way player, and that is exactly what the Lakers need. I don't understand why we keep trying to devalue the Miami Heat's players. You guys were just singing Andrew Wiggins' praises when he was with the Golden State Warriors. And all of a sudden now, because when he's with the Miami Heat, he's not worth the first. Once again, can somebody tell me, if Andrew Wiggins is not worth a first-round pick, then who is worth a first-round pick? Because at this point, if you can get Mikal Bridges for 5 first-round picks, are you guys serious? And you're saying that Andrew Wiggins is not even worth 1? And that is what I mean by the jealousy and the envy and the hatred that they have for the Miami Heat. As long as we get a first-round pick, I don't care who's in the deal. That is the biggest thing for me. Damian Lillard and his camp have talked with several notable teams in the playoff contending positions. League sources said the Miami Heat have long been linked to Lillard, and both the Celtics and Warriors find themselves near the top of the list for Damian Lillard as well. Damian Lillard post-torn Achilles, rehabbing with Miami. That fit is interesting for him. I lean towards Miami or the Lakers as the teams that are most interesting to me. The Celtics, I'm intrigued, but I don't see it as much as Miami or as I do with the Lakers. This all comes down to, what does Damian Lillard want? First of all, we all know he's not going to rush from injury. It really makes no sense. If he's going to miss the whole year, then you're going to have to look at all these other teams a year from now and what they have going on. That's the biggest thing that we have to realize. He's going to want to know, okay, what's the best team that's going to allow him to pretty much ease back into the player he used to be and get back into winning basketball? And what team is going to allow him to compete for a championship? That's the biggest thing. But if he's not going to come back for a whole year, all these conversations are pointless, because a year from now, every single team is going to be different. Let's get into the video.
To me, Damian Lillard took a lot of heat for, when he was in the Milwaukee trade situation and figuring out, like, how can he get to Miami? Like, Miami. But now with this Achilles tear, I do think that he is probably going to just reset and figure out, what do I want out of the rest of my career, and then go forward with a plan of attack in the next few months.
Now, with an open roster spot for the Miami Heat, while Gary Payton II and Golden State hold mutual interest in one another, money will play a factor in his free agency decision. The Lakers have held previous interest in Payton and have the Miami Heat. And, of course, his father used to play for the Miami Heat. I'm not going to lie. I think Gary Payton II would be phenomenal on this Miami Heat roster. He's a guy that can do a little bit of everything. He's a champion. He has experience. And these are the types of players that I want on the Miami Heat. I understand we're doing the youth movement, but think about it. The East is wide open. I know a lot of people are going to clown me and say, the Miami Heat aren't going to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. These are the seasons where they actually shock the world, because now the NBA, the Eastern Conference, is set up in a way. Think about it. I don't trust Cleveland. Cleveland is fraudulent. The Celtics, they're blowing up their roster. Tatum's not coming back. The Pacers, Halliburton's not coming back, and Miles Turner is gone. Like I said, the East is wide open. The New York Knicks, they have one of the best rosters that money can buy, and they can't win. There's just so many different things going on in the East, and I don't trust any of those teams. Per Zach Lowe, he says the Miami Heat Norman Powell addition adds a much-needed scoring punch, and he only has 3 teams as locked ahead of the Heat next season in the East: the Knicks, the Cavs, and the Magic. And once again, all three of these teams have everything to prove. But look at this potential starting lineup. Tyler Hero, Powell, Wiggins, Bam, and Ware. Now, obviously, I think that Powell will probably come off the bench. I don't see this as a starting lineup. I think they're really going to start Davion, Tyler, Wiggins, Bam, and Khalil Ware. Obviously, they're trying to trade Wiggins, but the Miami Heat, they're not going to take less. They're not going to literally crumble and fold to the Lakers. No, we're going to get what we want, and that's a first-round pick. I don't care what anyone says. We are not just going to be giving away our players. We value our players. But I'm not going to lie to you. In an Eastern Conference that's weak and an Eastern Conference that's wide open, that's not a bad starting lineup. Let's get into the video.
I don't agree. I mean, look, I'm not going to be like the Heat are going to have home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs. The only teams that I'm 1,000% sure. Here are the teams I'm 100% sure they will be better than the Miami Heat after this trade in 25-26. Cleveland, New York. I'm pretty confident in Orlando.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of people trying to cook the rookie, and I understand. Listen, he's been playing terrible. I'm not saying that, he's going to be this super time all-star or whatever the case may be. But, guys, he's 19 years old. It's summer league. This is when he's supposed to make mistakes. He's 19 years old. You guys think that he's supposed to come out here like a Goran Dragic that's been playing for 10, 15 years in the NBA? It doesn't work like that. I want him to make mistakes. I want him to be developed. The talent is there. We have to be patient. He's not just going to come out of here as an all-star. He's a 20th pick. I still think he's talented. I still think he was a steal of the draft. We just have to be patient and be realistic.